Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego with an afternoon live stream. Well, actually, it's 12:17 p.m. Central Time here in the Panhandle of Florida. And we're going to do a live stream. Well, I'm going to do a live stream. Karina is still at work for a few more hours. So I thought I would jump on here and get started. And tonight we'll do a live stream at 6 p.m. But I just wanted to give you like extra info in case you have questions. Now, if you don't have any questions, then that's good. But if you got questions, jump on the live stream and go ahead. Now, I don't give you any legal advice. I don't work for USCIS. I'm not an immigration attorney. But you don't need to be spending $4,000 or $5,000 on an immigration attorney because a K-1 visa application, a green card application, is not difficult to do. It's easy to do. You just got to be patient and you just got to know what you're doing. You have to know what you're doing, but it's not difficult. And Christopher Reese, a member of our channel, gets on the first post. Good day, Diego. How goes your day? My day is very good. Thank you. I hope your day is going good also. Karina's at work, and I was doing some stuff in the yard, and I said, let me do a live stream. Christopher Reese, back in the States now, back at work. Well, there you go, making money. That's excellent. You want to be making money. If you're in a green card application or K-1 visa process, you got to be making money, guys and ladies. That's the way of the world, right? Got to qualify. And everybody on this channel so far has qualified for this benefit. I've helped so many people. I've got 11 years experience processing K-1 visas and green cards. Now, I'm not saying an immigration attorney is bad, okay? But there are some bad ones out there. And guess what happens if they make a mistake? It's your future. It's your beneficiaries. I mean, one mistake from an immigration attorney can totally mess up your entire freaking green card or K-1 visa. I've seen it. I've seen it happen. Immigration attorneys get in a hurry. I'm not saying all do, but some just want your freaking money. That's all they want. But right here, you get it for free. Okay, unless you're a member, like Christopher's a member of the channel, and he's got my phone number, he's got my email address. He can text me anytime he wants on this phone right here. Got a question? Christopher can text me. And Christopher, that's right. Money makes the world go around. That's right. The whole world runs on a capitalist system. Believe it or not, even communist countries run on a capitalist system to a degree, but the government controls it, which makes it suck. When the people control the economy through a free market, people get rich and all the boats rise with the water, right, with the tide. In communist countries, the government wants to control everything and everybody lives in misery. Venezuela, Cuba, North Korea who the hell would want to live in North Korea? Let's see, Roy Flores. Hi, hello, Diego. Good to see you again. Well, Roy, we're glad to see you. Karina's at work. Okay, she gets off of work, and then I'm just doing a live stream. So I got done in the yard, and like I cannot be not doing something. So here's an opportunity for some questions. Vimy Lola, another great member. Roy Flores is a member. Vimy, good to see you, Diego. And Vimy's a member of the channel also. So Vimy, Christopher, and Roy, you all have my email address and cell phone number, and you can text me anytime. Now, if you send me a text with a question, and it's from a phone number I don't even recognize, please, when you send me a text, say, this is Christopher, this is Roy, this is Vimy. Identify. So if I get a text with just a phone number with an attachment, because you want me to review a PDF file, I got to make sure it's coming from you guys, right? And it's not going to be an attachment that totally destroys the freaking cell phone. Christopher, what question? Are they dragging their feet sending cases to the Department of State, or has it always been like this? It's always been like this. I mean, you know, for years and years and years, it's not a quick process. The USCIS, the service centers are not going to send approved K-1 visas to the National Visa Center, okay, until they got a big collection of approved K-1 visas, and they put them all in a big crate, and then they ship them off like once a week or at least at a minimum twice a month. So you get an approved K1 visa, it sits on the shelf at the USCIS. They get a collection of them, then they crate them up, and then they send them off to the National Visa Center in New Hampshire. And then when New Hampshire get it, they check to see if the embassy's busy or not. If the embassy's not busy, they're going to mail it off once they've checked it. At the National Visa Center, that's where the U.S. citizen gets the FBI check done. When I filled out Karina's K1 visa package, it got approved. It went to the service center in California. Then it went to the National Visa Center. At the National Visa Center, they did the FBI check on me, and then they sent everything off to the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia. But it took a couple of months to do all that. So you just got to be patient. Roy Flores, I have a question, but I'm driving, so I'll send it in a bit. Don't be driving and texting, Roy. Just hang out and listen to the live stream. Listen to the information. Soak it up, but don't be texting. Christopher Reese, I thought after the NOA2 it would sail on quicker. Within 3 months, once you get the NOA2 letter, it's about a month to 3 months before the National Visa Center receive your approved K1 visa. The National Visa Center will get it within 30 to 90 days. And then what they do? They're gonna review it to make sure there's no mistakes. If they find any mistakes, the National Visa Center will send it back to the service center. The National Visa Center has zero authority to approve K1 visas or deny K1 visas. So don't panic, okay? Once you get approved at the service center in California, Texas, Nebraska, wherever, everything goes to the National Visa Center. And all they do is review it. They can't approve it or deny it. If there's a mistake, NVC sends it back to the USCIS. Tom Shu, hello, Diego. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Let's see, Vimy, regarding my husband, IRS, that has request of 2024. It said no records of return file, but they did send us. You won't get your 2024 tax return what you're telling me is you couldn't get the tax transcript for 2024. I can't even get my tax transcript until probably July of this year. So in July of this year, I'll call the IRS and get the tax transcript to include it in Karina's 10-year green card. But it takes about 6 months. It takes a while. The IRS don't work fast. Only if you owe them money. Will it be okay? Well, what you got to do is include the 2024 1040 instead of the tax transcript. If you don't have the tax transcript, include the 1040 and the W-2s or 1099s. Okay, Vimy? You're good. You're good. Tom Shu. I submitted my adjustment of status package last October. Okay, I had my biometrics taken in November. It's been 5 months, no follow-up, so I've been thinking about applying for the work permit. You cannot apply for the work permit separately unless you paid for it when you filed for the green card. Can't do it. When you file for a green card, you must include the work permit application with the green card application. You can't be filing separately. The only way you can file for a separate work permit is if you pay for the work permit and the green card application in the same package, and you forget to include the work permit application. That's the only way you can do it. You cannot file if you can't do it. You just got to wait for the green card. If you didn't include a work permit application in your green card package, you just got to wait for the green card. Otherwise, you're going to be sending money to immigration, and they're going to be cashing your check and keeping your money, and you're not going to get the work permit. And they're going to say, "I'm sorry, your work permit's been denied, but wait for your green card." That's the way it works. You're here on a green card, K1 visa application. You're not here on an H-1B1 work permit. Okay? So if you cannot, you're done. You downloaded the I-765 from USCIS website and noticed the edition is 8/28/24. Is it up to date? If that's the one you took off USCIS.gov/forms, that's the correct form. But you cannot apply for a work permit. You should have applied for the work permit with your green card application. You put them in the same box to FedEx or UPS or DHL. You can't apply separately. Okay? If you didn't apply for your work permit, you're just going to have to wait for your green card. But I mean, you're welcome to send in the $500 and something because it costs over $500 for a work permit if you didn't include it in your green card application. Okay. And then when they get the work permit application, they'll cash your check, take your money, and they're going to say, where's your adjustment of status paperwork? Where's your I-485? Where's your 864? Where's your medical exam? You don't have it. Boom. You lost the money and they reject your application. There's only one way to get a work permit. You got to apply with your green card application. Both together. Okay? Let me see here. Tom, so you're going to have to just wait for your green card. Roy Flores, my wife's unmarried 23-year-old son's tourist visa expires in 8 years. That's what I figured. You mentioned that before. You told me it expired, but it's good for 10 years. He's here in the United States. Can we file family-based green card from the United States, or does he have to go to Mexico and do it from there? You cannot file for a family-based green card on a tourist visa. A tourist visa is something that's issued to somebody to go to Disney World, to go see the Grand Canyon, to go up the Empire State Building in New York City, to go eat beignets in New Orleans. A tourist visa is not issued for somebody to come over here and then wait for a family green card. Doesn't work that way. And especially right now with the immigration being so strict, by the book. Immigration is going by the book, which is the way it should be. If we had been going by the book for the last 40 years, we wouldn't have all these illegal immigrants running around trying to claim free stuff from us American taxpayers. So your unmarried 23-year-old stepson's going to have to return to Mexico, and then you're going to have to file an I-130 family petition for a green card, and he's going to have to wait in Mexico for the approval. And it could take quite a while. It could take about 1.5 years. Okay? But you can't do it on a tourist visa. What's going to happen is if he does, it's going to end up getting probably denied right now with the new administration going by congressional law. Instead of making stuff up as they go along, they are now following the freaking law, the rules. Okay, your wife has a green card. That's fine. But we're not talking about your wife. We're talking about her son, your stepson. He's 23 years old. He's a grown man. He's got a tourist visa. He can travel back and forth from Mexico to the United States on his tourist visa, visit you and his mom for vacations, just like I did with Karina, okay, and when she was in Colombia, just like everybody else does. He needs to go back to Mexico when his vacation is over, and then you guys can apply for a family-based green card, pay the visa fee, and you're going to have to list his address as in Mexico. Let me see here. Make sure I don't miss anybody. Vimy, you're good with all those tax returns. Excellent. Tom Shu, I see. Thank you, Diego. You're welcome. That's why I'm on the channel. That's why I put this channel together. It's Karina's idea to help you guys, to help everybody. I've helped so many people. I lost count. Christopher, good to chat with you. Diego, got a machine down, got to go. All right. We'll watch the video later. Hopefully I can catch you on the live stream when I have questions. Listen, I'll be on the live stream again tonight at 6 o'clock Central Time with Karina. Karina will be sitting in that chair right over there. She'll be sitting right there over here. It's okay. We'll be together tonight. Right now she's working. And I just wanted to do something for you guys early. Roy, while he waits for the approval, can he still come to the U.S. since he has a visitor's visa? Absolutely. Roy, no problem. Here's the way you need to do this so that you prevent a denial, okay? Have him go back to Mexico. Go ahead and apply for the family-based visa for your stepson, for the green card. He's in Mexico, 6, 7, 8 months, and he comes back to the United States, spent for a vacation for a month, spends it with you at with your mom, with his mom, and with you. Then he goes back to Mexico. He's got to keep all those I-94s entering and leaving the United States, because you're going to need the I-94s for the family-based and for the visa interview, and for the he's going to be in Mexico basically waiting for his green card, not in America. But he can visit on vacation without any problems. Tom Shu, If filing separately, submit a copy of your I-485 receipt notice or other evidence to show that your form is pending. Okay? But do you have all that? You're saying that you want to go ahead and file separately for your work permit. Have you paid for it? Do you have proof that your I-485 is pending? Do you have a receipt, I-7? Do you have all that information? You can. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but I don't recommend it. Okay? You should have filed for the work permit with the green card. Okay? And USCIS says, if filing separately, submit a copy of your I-485 receipt notice. Do you have it? That's proof that you have paid for your green card application, but you haven't paid for the work permit. So now you've got to calculate the costs for the work permit, which is going to be probably $500 some. I don't recommend it. Just wait for your green card. Honestly, if you file for your work permit, that it's a good chance that it will be denied. So it's up to you. If you want to spend the money, go ahead, but I wouldn't do it. And you heard it here, right? You heard what I said. You heard what I said. USCIS is going to give you an opportunity, but 9 times out of 10, they give you the opportunity only if you've paid for the work permit and forgot to include the paperwork. So have you paid for the work permit? Did you pay for it when you filed for the green card? Or are you going to write a second check? You got to investigate all this, how much it's going to cost you. Okay? But the secret to getting the work permit, the secret to doing this correctly, is to include them both together in the green card application. So let's suppose you file separately. What if the green card comes in before the work permit? Question, Roy Flores, does his mother file the I-130 for him, or does he have to file it himself from Mexico? And will his mom and I be the petitioners? Yes, you are the petitioners. You're the sponsor. Okay? So you and your wife will petition for your stepson using Form I-130. He doesn't file. You file. The sponsor files. Okay? So let's suppose we bring Karina's mom over to the United States from Venezuela. So first you got to get to Colombia. We're going to get her out of Venezuela to Colombia. Karina will file, and I'll be the backup sponsor because I've already used up my allocation, I guess, of sponsors. But Karina will file for her mom. Your wife will file for her son on the I-130. Look at the I-130. Go onto uscis.gov/forms. Look at the I-130 and study it. Okay? Print it and study it and see what it says. It's not hard to fill out, but your wife is going to will be petitioning for her son off of her green card. But if your wife was to wait until she becomes a U.S. citizen, the process will be a lot smoother and a lot quicker. When Karina becomes a U.S. citizen, my wife from Venezuela, she's thinking maybe bring mom over. That's no problem for me, but we're not going to do it till she's a citizen. Tom Shue, thank you, Diego. I think I'll wait for the green card for now. I wouldn't waste your money on a work permit and immigration decide to keep your money and then just say, well, just wait for your green card. They can do that. And probably you're going to get the green card before you get the work permit because you filed the work permit after the fact as a separate. It doesn't function that way. Immigration is going to look at it. They're going to take your money and then they're going to probably just sit on it and then work on your green card application. If you don't file for your work permit with your green card, my advice to everybody watching this is don't send it in. Don't waste your money. Just wait for your green card. Okay? Karina filed for a work permit because it was free. Back when we filed for her 2-year green card, it was free. The work permit was no cost. And she got it in about a month and a half. And then she got her green card in 3 months and 2 weeks after that. So she had a work permit for a month. But then she got her green card. So really, the only thing the work permit did for her was got her started at her job. It just basically got her in the door. But if she'd have just waited, if we hadn't filed for the work permit, it's no big deal. She would have got her green card and started with her green card. She would have just been missing a month of work. That's all. So if you don't file for the work permit with the green card, just don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. Just wait for the green card, okay? You can do it. Hang in there. If you are a green card holder and you want to bring a son over or a daughter, like Roy wants to do, you can. It will be your wife who will file for the green card for your stepson. So basically, it's faster or easier to petition her son when she becomes a citizen. 100% correct. And I'm going to give you a Mountain Dew salute for that, because you are 100% correct. In order to, when Karina becomes a citizen, my wife from Venezuela, then she'll put a I-130 package together for her mom and bring her to the United States. We're thinking that's what we're going to do. I got no problem with it. And then Karina won't have to keep flying to Colombia and then wait for her mom to go to Colombia from Venezuela for a vacation in order to see her mom. But we're not going anywhere. Karina and I are not leaving the United States of America. We're not going to set foot in any country other than this country while she's a green card holder, 2-year or 10-year. Okay. When Karina becomes a U.S. citizen, then she will, I'm sure, file for her mom to come over here on an I-130, and then we'll fly over to Colombia on vacation to go see her family. Karina's family is my family, you know. She's got 5 brothers that live in South America, in Colombia and Brazil primarily. She's got sister in Venezuela. Her mom lives in Venezuela. But right now her mom is in Colombia on vacation with her sons. And I would just love to get on a plane right now with Karina, fly to Colombia and go see her mom, because I've never met her. But we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Karina's on a 2-year conditional green card, and a 2-year conditional green card does not guarantee re-entry into the United States. Doesn't guarantee anything other than you are able to live here for 2 years, and then you lift the conditions off of that green card. A green card is used to live and work in this country and live with your husband or wife, American citizen. That's what it's for. It's not a travel visa. If there's a lot of people right now have been abusing their green card as a travel visa. There was a lady from, I think she was from Latvia, and she married an American citizen on her green card. She got a 2-year green card, and then the marriage didn't work out, so she got a divorce, which is fine. She went back to Latvia, or Ukraine, I think it was. And then she decided to come back to the United States on vacation using her 2-year green card, but she was no longer married to a U.S. citizen. So she was using her 2-year green card as a tourist visa. She got to the immigration checkpoint in New York City, I believe it was, and they said in the computer, it shows that you are no longer married to your U.S. citizen sponsor, but you have a 2-year green card. We will issue you a tourist visa and your passport right here at the counter, and we're going to take your green card. So they took her 2-year green card, they snipped the corner off with a pair of scissors, put it in a shredder or whatever they did, and then they gave her a tourist visa. So they were very nice to her, and she lucked out that she got the tourist visa. 9 times out of 10, that never would have happened. Roy Flores, it's faster or easier to petition her son when she becomes a citizen. It's faster and easier. That's 100% correct. And it will be done that quick as can be in this immigration process. But if a green card holder petitions for a family member, it's slower than molasses. Roy, how long do you think it'll be before he actually gets his green card if she files as a citizen? About a year. About 12 months. You're a U.S. citizen. Your wife's going to be a U.S. citizen. So your stepson or her son is going to be the son of 2 U.S. citizens. So it's going to be about a year, maybe less, maybe a bit longer. Could be 14 months, but it'll be between 10 to 14 months, somewhere in there. Okay, because it's a son. Now, or if you petition for a mom, dad, or a son or daughter, as a U.S. citizen, it's a bit of an easier process in regards to adjudication. But if you are a U.S. citizen let's suppose, you become a citizen and then you petition for your brother or your sister to come to the United States. It could take 10 or 15 years. If you petition for a brother or a sister or an aunt or an uncle, niece, nephew, it could take 10, 15 years to wait for an allocation. You get that? Because when an immediate family member, like a son, daughter, there's no requirement of an allocation for a visa. But for brothers and sisters, there's a set amount that are issued by the State Department per year, and you have to wait for an allocation to come in, to pop up. Okay? But if you want to bring your stepson to the United States, wait till your wife's a U.S. citizen. Okay? Apply when she's a citizen. And then the process is a lot easier, it's a lot quicker, and it's more of a approval. It's a higher rate of approval that way. Okay? So I'm just trying to help you out, Roy, because I don't want to see you, I don't want to see your wife apply now and then wait for 2 years because she's a green card holder, not a U.S. citizen. And that, it could take even longer than that. All right? But you can do this. Karina's going to do it, I'm sure, and we're patient. We're not leaving America. We're not going anywhere. We're going to stay in the United States. We just came back from vacation. We went to Arizona. We went to the Grand Canyon on vacation. We went to the South Rim. We went to Segelman, Arizona, where the movie, the Dixie Pixar movie Cars was created, basically inspired from that. We went there. We went to Kingman, Arizona, where a UFO crashed in 1957. I'm into UFO stuff, so we went to Kingman, Arizona. We went to Pahrump, Nevada, paid our respects to Art Bell, the famous radio talk show host. We drove to Pahrump from Las Vegas, and we spent a week in Las Vegas, walking up and down the strip, getting our legs tired. And we went up in the Strat. We went to some movie filming locations, like where they filmed Vegas Vacation and Diamonds Are Forever with James Bond, which was basically on Fremont Street and at the Westgate Hotel. And I took Karina to the Westgate Hotel, and that's where Elvis Presley played 2 shows a day consecutively for over a year, going into the Guinness Book of Records, World Records. So Karina got to experience Arizona and Nevada, and then we flew via Texas. So she's been to Texas, Dallas, and she went to Georgia. And here we are in the Panhandle of Florida. Our next vacation, we're planning our next vacation for next year. And I'll make some videos about that vacation. Now, I published the videos of our vacation, and now they're members only. Okay, so if you want to sign up as a member, you can get to watch the videos that we did while we were in Arizona, Las Vegas, and Pahrump. All right. If you want to be a member, you can. It's $9.99 a month, and you get my email address, you get my phone number. You can text me, you can call me. I can answer your questions 7 days a week. Or if you don't want to be a member, it's all right. It's okay. Just wait for the live stream and ask me questions right here in the live stream. But Roy, Vimy, Christopher, those folks are members of this channel. So they can text me. I got some text messages today. Somebody that was asking me to review their I-485 package. Is it in the correct order? Is the cover letter correct? So I've been going over that right here on my phone. I'm retired 3 times, guys. I'm retired. I retired from the Navy. I retired from Mercedes-Benz. I retired from real estate. And now I'm just not going to be doing nothing. And Karina recommended I put this YouTube channel together for you guys when we were in Colombia, in Villa. So I did it. So now I basically just do this YouTube channel to keep busy and help you and help people get family reunification. Ray Ramirez, hello, Diego. We got approved. We are ready status for the interview. Now, congratulations, Ray. That's a Mountain Dew salute. So all this pixie dust worked, right? I put all this pixie dust on your application, and it's kicking in now. Congratulations. So now what that means with ready status means that you need to contact the embassy. You need to send an email to the embassy or the consular and say, I need the packet 3, packet 4 email. Request it. In the subject line of the email to the embassy, put in there the NOA 2 letter receipt number. The embassy will return an email back to you saying they're either not ready quite yet for you to do anything, or they will say, please wait, and we will forward you the links for you to schedule the interview, pay the visa fee, and all that. Right? That's assuming you're at the K1 level. If you've got approved already, status is K1 at the embassy. So the embassy, what country, right? Which country is your beneficiary? Where does she live? And maybe I can help you. And if you need help, I've made a video. There's a lot of people on this channel that live in Colombia, and I've made a video on how to schedule the medical exam, schedule the visa interview, and everything in Bogota. Karina, my wife from Venezuela, she had her scary visa interview in Bogota, Colombia on November 16th of 2023. Then she got a 221G. She needed an Interpol police certificate, which she got. It took us a month to get it. And then we went and picked up her K1 visa. I checked it for the name spelling and everything was correct. Then we bought one-way plane tickets from Bogota, Colombia to Miami. And in Miami, I rented a Jeep Cherokee and we drove from Miami all the way up the east coast of Florida, trying to avoid as many toll roads as we could, because those are like criminals, government-sanctioned criminals. It's a toll booth. I mean, seriously, if you cannot drive from A to B without getting hit with a toll, I mean, what happened to freedom of travel, right? What happened to freedom of travel? So I have found a way around all the tolls, and we made it, and then we made it here. And Karina's been in the United States over a year and 2 months. It's got almost 14, almost 15 months. Next year, March of 2026, we're going to apply for her 10-year green card. We've got evidence like this. Roy Flores. Wow, so he could have his green card within 2 years after we filed the I-130 after she's a citizen. Probably before that. Yeah, less time than that. And then you can bring him over and he can come live with you guys. Because when you sponsor him, you're going to be responsible for him financially for at least 10 years until he becomes a citizen. Ray Ramirez, need your help with the DS-160. That's why I'm here. I'm here to help you. If you want me to help you with the DS-160, I'll help you. That's why I put this channel together. This used to be a cooking channel, and then it was an Exploring Colombia channel, and then Karina said, make it an immigration channel to help people. I said, okay. I deleted all the cooking videos. I've still left up the Exploring Colombia videos. If you ever want to watch them, you can see Karina and I climbing the tallest waterfall in Colombia. Whew, that almost killed me doing that. But this channel is here to help you for the DS-160. If you want me to help you by phone, if you want to text me, if you want me to help you by phone, Ray, sign up as a member. You know, it's $9.99 a month. You may only need my help for 2 months. So what's that? $20 for 2 months, and I'll help process your K1 visa application for you. But you got to sign up as a member. If you sign up as a member, you'll have my phone number and my email, and you can text me. You can send me a text like Roy Flores is a member, Christopher Reese is a member. They can text me whenever they want, and I answer their questions. And how do you sign up as a member? You go into the channel and look for membership. And you click on there, and whatever YouTube tells you to do, I don't know. But it's up to you. Or I can help you on the live streams. But if you're a member, I can help you personally with the DS-160. I can go through it line by line with you if you want me to. Okay? The DS-160, there's no charge for that form, by the way. It's a free form that you submit to the embassy or consulate. What it is the application for the K1 visa. If you are bringing 2 people to America, if you're bringing a K1 and a K2, you got to fill out a DS-160 for the K1 and a DS-160 for the K2. Now, yesterday or the day before yesterday, I helped a member set up his appointment and pay his visa fee. He didn't have a clue how to do it. He said, Diego, he's texting me. I don't know how to set the appointment. I don't know how to pay the visa fee. I don't know how to do this and I don't know how to do that. So I walked him through it step by step. Now He said, thank you, got everything squared away. He's just waiting for an interview date to open up on the calendar for the embassy. You know, I mean, that saved him a ton of money. An immigration attorney is going to charge you a ton of money to do what I do basically for free. Okay. Now, I'll repeat, I'm not an immigration attorney, but I got 11 years of experience doing this. I can put this package, I can put a green card application together in my sleep. Okay. It's not hard, but it's technical and you can't make mistakes. The biggest mistakes people make is they fill out the check incorrectly when they pay, or they forget to sign the paperwork, or they transpose their beneficiary's name. Let's suppose you're from a country with your fiance's name, her name is like this long, you know, and it's a very difficult spelling. If you make one mistake on the name, everything gets sent back to you. So you got to be very careful when you fill out the I-129F, okay? If your fiance is from a country where she has like 5 names, like Karina, my wife, she's from Venezuela. She's got her first name, she's got her middle name, she's got her mother's maiden name, she's got her dad's last name. She got 4 names, now she got my name. That's 5 names, okay? If you don't have enough space to fill out your beneficiary's name on the paperwork, you put it in the extra space at the back of the form on the I-129F. There's room at the back for where you can add any additional information. Southern Alex Roots. I can't get an ID because of my I-94 expired. Okay. So you have to wait for your green card. You got 90 days on the I-94. When Karina got to America, first thing we did was print 6 copies of her I-94. The second thing we did was we went to the Social Security office and we got her Social Security number. The third thing we did was we put her on the bank account, the joint bank account. So that was what we did first. We got her I-94, we got her Social Security card, we got her on the bank, and we got married. Okay? Boom. Then we started putting her 2-year green card package together. She didn't even bother with a state ID. She didn't worry about it. She just waited till she got her green card. When she got her green card, then she went and took her driver's test and got her Florida driver's license. So then when Karina and I, when we flew from Florida to Nevada on vacation, they used her federally approved Real ID Florida driver's license. She put it, slid it in the machine at TSA in the airport. Boom. Yeah, you're good. So if you can't get a state ID because you don't have an I-94, it's expired, all you can do is wait for your green card. Just hang out, waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. It's a waiting game. Okay, Karina, I first had to teach her how to drive, number one. Karina, when she lived in Caracas, Venezuela, she used the metro. Although the metro in Venezuela right now is going in the toilet because the German engineers that used to maintain it have all been kicked out of Venezuela. So so the Venezuelan metro no longer has any technicians that can do maintenance on the metro. Because the communist dictator Maduro kicked all the German engineers out of Venezuela and Americans and whoever else. Okay? So the metro in Venezuela is basically a joke because of communism. But Karina never learned how to drive. She rode the metro, and when she got to Colombia, she lived in Colombia for 6 years. We rode the Transmilenio or taxis. She didn't need to drive in Colombia. In fact, I didn't need to drive in Colombia. I left my car in the garage here for almost 3 years. I didn't put any miles on it for almost 3 years. So I taught Karina how to drive. As soon as she learned how to drive, she took her driver's test and she got her driver's license. And it's a Florida driver's license is a real ID. So it's got a little yellow star in the top corner. She can use it to fly on inside the United States. So if you don't have Southern Alex Roots, if you can't get a state ID, don't worry about it. So let me do this. Let me put a bunch of MAGA pixie dust all over your green card application so that when you get your green card, then you can go get a driver's license. Because if you want to travel on vacation within the United States of America, I recommend you travel on your driver's license, not on your green card. Okay? Get your driver's license, and then you can travel within the USA. The green card, you can travel on your green card if you want to, but you don't want to give the TSA agent an opportunity to take you aside and ask you all about your green card. Are you in America legally? Let me check the expiration date. Blah, 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 blah. Don't do it. Travel on your driver's license where you live. If you live in New York, get a New York driver's license. If you live in California or in Utah, wherever the heck it is you live, when you get to America, okay, apply for your green card, and then with your green card, go get a driver's license. And it's got to be a driver's license that meets federal requirements for travel. Okay, it's got to be a real. If you don't get it, if your state doesn't issue a driver's license that's federally approved, then you won't be able to travel on it. I believe it's after May of 2025. So there you go. You're learning new stuff today, right? And you can do this. The I-94 is a document that's good for 90 days, and it gives you 90 days to get married. So when you get into the United States, you want to be doing all the stuff you can possibly do, okay, within the first week to 10 days of the I-94. Like Karina, she got her Social Security card within 10 days of getting into the United States. We got married January 14th on the beach, 2024. Then we renewed our vows on March 10th, 2025 at the Little Chapel of the West in Las Vegas. We just renewed our wedding vows there. So we got married in January of 2024, renewed our wedding vows March 10th, 2025. Got all kinds of pictures. It was live streamed over the internet from the Little Chapel of the West. And I spent $360 on pictures. And some of those pictures are going in her 10-year green card application. But there's going to be a stipulation on the photos that says, this is our wedding vows being renewed. You got to identify it. You don't want to confuse immigration and say, well, you got married on January 14th on the beach, and then you got married in Las Vegas on March 10th. Which one was it? Well, we got married January 14th. This is a wedding renewal. And if you are a member of this channel, you can watch see the videos that I made of our trip to Arizona, Las Vegas, Pahrump, Nevada, and our wedding in Las Vegas. Now, the Little Chapel of the West is a very historic. It's the oldest chapel in Las Vegas, number one. The most historic. Elvis Presley closed out his movie Viva Las Vegas right in front of this chapel. So Karina stood in the very spot where Elvis Presley stood with Anne Margaret back in 1969, I believe, or 68 is when they made that movie. Telly Savalas got married in that chapel. He's Kojak. So Karina and I stood in the very spot where Telly Savalas got married to his wife. And then also Richard Gere got married in this chapel. So Karina and I stood in the very spot where Richard Gere stood. So Karina got to hang out. She got to have her wedding vows renewed. We renewed our wedding vows in a very famous place. After we got the wedding vows renewed, we took off and we went to the aquarium in the Mandalay Bay. In Las Vegas, we ate at an Italian restaurant on the Strip. We ate at the In-N-Out Burger. We went up in the Strat. We walked all the way to Fremont Street. We went to the area where they filmed the James Bond movie Diamonds Are Forever. So we had a heck of a vacation. And now I'm planning our second vacation for next year. And we're going to go, I'm going to take her through 10 states next year. Francois Livingston, good afternoon, Diego. What's up, Francois? Now, Francois, she's married. Yeah, Francois, I'm going to be doing the live stream tonight with Karina. I jumped on here early. I got all my chores done. I was doing work in the yard. And then probably next month, April, I got to put a bunch of centipede grass seed out in the backyard. I got to redo the backyard. The grass apparently needs some rejuvenating, whatever that word is. But we'll be on the live stream at 6 p.m. Yes. This is just a live stream I did because I wanted something to do. I don't know if I like being retired, but it just means I got more time to spend with you guys on these live streams. So here I am. But I want to go ahead and get ready to log off. And Francois, the videos I made of our wedding, renewal vows, and vacation in Vegas and Pahrump, it's all in the members only section. Okay. So that way you can still watch, because Francois is a member of this channel. If you want to be a member, if you want my phone number, if you want to text me, if you need immediate help with your green card or your K1 visa, sign up as a member. The only reason I ask people to sign up as a member, where you have to pay $9.99 a month, I could have charged $30 a month, but I went with the cheapest I could find. The only reason I asked for that is because I want to know who's got my phone number and who's got my email address. Okay. So if I get a text message from somebody with a PDF attachment, and I don't know who that person is, and I open up that email or that text message, and then all of a sudden my computer is being hacked, right? Do you get text messages? Do you get text messages from people saying that you got a toll fee that you haven't paid or whatever? It's all a scam. Roy Flores, someone told me we should file for stepson's green card now instead of waiting 3 years. He said it would be faster. What do you think we should do? Go ahead. If you want to do it now, go ahead. If you want to file for your stepson's green card now, your wife has to do it as a green card holder. Okay? Go ahead and do it if you want to do it. But when your wife becomes a U.S. citizen, when Karina becomes a U.S. citizen, everybody's in a big hurry. Everybody wants to get it done today. But immigration doesn't work that way. You can file, your wife can file as a green card holder, but she has a conditional green card, right? So they're going to look at her 2-year conditional green card. They're going, oh, she's only on a conditional green card. We're going to set this one aside. Let's see if she lifts the conditions off of her 2-year conditional green card. Or does she have a 10-year green card? Francois, I will be on the live stream tonight at 6 p.m. with Karina. Yes, indeed. Live stream at 6 p.m. I'm going to go make some lunch here in a minute. So, Roy, your wife's going to file for her son with her 2-year conditional green card. What do you think immigration is going to do when they get that package? What are they going to do? They're going to set it aside, and they're going to wait to see if you lift the conditions off the 2-year green card correctly for the 10-year green card. So by the time you've gone through all that, it would have been a whole lot better, if you just filed when she's a citizen, and it's a stronger case and it's a much more powerful application. But it's up to you. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just trying to explain to you that when your wife becomes a U.S. citizen, life becomes so much easier in this great country, the Republic. If she has to have her son here in the United States, then go ahead and file for the green card now. But the thing I don't understand is he has an 8-year tourist visa, right? He's got 8 years left on his tourist visa. He can travel back and forth to see you and visit with you, right? But it's up to you. You can go either way with it. But what Karina and what we are doing as a family is when Karina becomes a U.S. citizen and she has a U.S. passport, then we're going to apply for mom to come here from Venezuela. It's going to take another 2 years for her to become a citizen. And then when she applies for her mom on an I-130, it'll be so much quicker as a citizen and a lot stronger of an application and a stronger guarantee of an approval. But if you want your wife to apply right now for your stepson, go ahead and do it. But when they get it, they're going to see it's a 2-year green card. It's conditional. What does that mean? It's not a guarantee of a 10-year green card until you lift the conditions off of it. So those 2 years, that green card application for your stepson will probably sit on a shelf at immigration until you lift the conditions off your 2-year green card. Once you get through that stage, then they'll take a look at the I-130 again for your stepson, which is how long? 3 years. So what's the difference? I'm just trying to help you, okay? Anyway, I've been talking for 50 minutes. I'll be back tonight at 6 o'clock with Karina. She'll be sitting right there in that chair. She's at work right now, and I'm going to go make something to eat. Thanks for stopping by. Roy Flores, we're taking your advice. We're going to wait till she becomes a citizen. That's what I would do. Right now, your wife's on a 2-year green card. Karina, my wife's on a 2-year green card. Karina could apply for her mom right now as a green card holder. But it's going to take 3 years to get there, at least. So you haven't gained anything. You've just made it harder. You're trying to bring your stepson over here, but you're wading through the molasses of a 2-year green card. Get the 2-year green card, get the 10-year green card, get U.S. citizenship, then apply for your stepson. I know you want him over here in America. I would love to have Karina's mom here, so she doesn't have to be doing all these freaking WhatsApp chats and live stream, all this. I mean, seriously. Karina becomes American. She files for mom. I'm an American. Her stepson, Karina, is an American. Her daughter. Immigration's going to say, okay, both family members, both sponsors are U.S. citizens. Boom, approved. Boom, here's your green card. If Karina was to apply for her mom right now, she'd be sitting. That green card application will be sitting on a shelf until she lifts the conditions off of her 2-year green card. I just know that's how it works, guys. Other people, you go into Facebook and they tell you all this bogus information. Facebook groups of I'm so glad I freaking deleted my Facebook account after I got Karina to the United States. I'd go into these Facebook groups for immigration, K-1 visas, green cards, and there's so much bogus information in there. It's hurting people, costing people time, money, even creating problems for their green cards. Okay? There was immigration attorneys in there saying, "Oh, come on, pay me, and I'll get you over here." When the person had a freaking criminal record. So the immigration attorney wanted the money. And then once he collected the money, he's going to say, "I'm sorry, but you don't qualify." Man, I'm so glad I got out of Facebook. Anyway, I'll see you tonight, okay? If you want my phone number, if you want to text me, if you want me to help you with the DS-160, over the phone, in a text, in an email, sign up as a member. It's easy to do, and we'll see you at 6 o'clock, okay, guys? I'm hungry. I want to go get some lunch.